And we are live, kids. It's Wednesday night fights. Here we go. AoK Championship Wrestling hitting the airwaves as we do every Wednesday and Sunday. Kicking things off with the tag team division. The Hinkledimers challenging Joe Jackal and Chris Coyote for the AoK Tag Team Championship. Zach the Ripper goes one-on-one against newly crowned Intercontinental Champion in a non-title matchup against the Green Meanie Nova. Cameron Sawyer, Iron Man Ken Bouchard, and Eric Coleman face off in a Falls Count Anywhere triple threat match. Isabella, the Banshee, takes on Callie. Try that one more time. Callie Ferguson. You guys are so loud. Why are you yelling, bro? Jesus. So noisy, man. Anyway, Callie Ferguson, Angus Gordon, Chris Andrews, James Coleman, and Gavin Wilson. Fatal four-way match. Non-title. Coleman said, nope. No title match. Nope. I'm not putting it up tonight. Headhunter takes on Prestige in a one-on-one matchup. Logan Hawk, Trevor Rodriguez. Settling it out. Empress Sparrow and Morgan Quinn. AoK Women's Hardcore title on the line. In tonight's main event, Extreme Rules Bud Marvelous takes on Remington Steele for the AoK World Heavyweight Championship. Let's kick this off, get that tag match underway. Homer T and Cletus J. Hinkledeimer battled it out against the Dogs of War. The AoK tag team titles here kick us off on our Wednesday night. Woo! Trying to get things fired up here, man. We got some things to do tonight. We got 3 titles on the line. We got to start talking. There's been chatter. AoK roster has been shuffling behind the scenes. These guys have been. The roster has been talking, and we're starting to see some ripples in regards to the War Games. That's right, our next monthly extravaganza will be Survivor Series War Games. We will talk more about that as the teams start to emerge from themselves. You guys don't understand the connection some of these guys have. What do you think about the WWE possibly creating a triple team? Like a 6-man tag? Is that what you're... a 6-man tag match? Or 6-man tag titles? I mean, it's been done in the past. Sort of. A long time ago. I mean... I'm a huge fan of tag matches. Even 6-man, but I don't think there's enough. You end up forcing guys together when you do that, in my opinion. You sometimes get some really unnecessary team-ups. I mean, but don't get me wrong, sometimes you strike lightning in a bottle and get, something amazing. But yeah, I got real mixed emotions on it. I do got real mixed emotions on it. But why I got you here, speaking of 6-man tag matches, War Games is coming around, and we're looking for teams of 4. Now, there's a couple of teams that have already formed up in ways. But, hey, Jonathan, what's up, man? How are you? How you been? Welcome in. Seeing you over there with our boy Pooty. Got to catch up on his VOD today. Seeing you popped in over there. Good to see you bouncing around like that.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 438 pounds, the Bludgeon Brothers.
Kicking this off with some tag action. Tag team titles on the line, the Dogs of War. Now, they had taken these titles from the Hinkledimers. Successfully defended those titles at Halloween Havoc against 3 other teams, the Hinkledimers included. We're getting a pinfall over Omer T. Kicks off this 2-on-2 matchup tonight as we get set for the War Games in the near future, just a few weeks away. Right now, Omer getting a little double team on him there. The Dogs finally separating. Taking this back to one-on-one team-ups. Right down for that crossface. Looking to make a quick submission here and take this match home early tonight. The champs go for another pinfall or a submission attempt. Standing, look at that, nice grabs a bit of that. Any wrestler, who are you looking to challenge? Who? Ken Bouchard tagging in. Who is Bouchard looking to challenge? Any wrestler on the AoK roster. IKB. I assume you're cashing in IKB. Yes? I'm sure you've seen the disclaimer on that. Okay, there is a disclaimer on that. That'll happen on the very next show. There's no room to change one up tonight, but it will happen on the very next show. Any wrestler of your choice, we will set it. Main event, regardless of whether it's a title match, whether it's whatever. It will be a specialized main event. Cradle DDT on the outside. Cletus crumbling under the weight of that Omer back inside the ring with I believe that's Chris Coyote in the ring with Omer. Winner of tonight's main event. Winner of tonight's main event. You can't go wrong there. Almost like a golden ticket you had to pay for. We're going to jot that down. I'm going to put that right here. You see that? It's going to go right here. It's going to go right there. Right there. It's going to go right there. It's going to go right there on a notepad. Put that right there. Main event. Next show. The IKB challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship of AoK Championship Wrestling. Copyright tender. Inside the ring, twist of fate. Dropping Omer right on his headband. We got a pinfall attempt. Kicking out at 2. Joe Brony right on top of things here tonight. There's Coyote from around the side with a big boot to the face. That's nice. So if I want cross promotion, we may send possibly send somebody over. You might be able to talk on that. That's not entirely out of the question. Look at this. The Hinkledimers doubling it up. And putting the Dogs of War back in their place. Or at least attempting to. Is Joe Jackal hits this rolling butterfly series of suplexes. Cletus waited for that opening. Drapes the arm, hooks the leg, reverses it. Coyote with a bridging suplex of his own. Omer sent right into Joe. Right into Joe Brony. Look at this. High cross. Razor's edge. Pinfall attempt. Championship on the line. We got another rope break. Cletus with great ring awareness. I watch my show through because the roster is between you and... I mean, in all honesty, Jonathan, I have not. I have not. I don't honestly get into a lot of other... I don't view much. There's a couple that, and even when I do, even amongst my own team here, I spend really the most time I spend on Twitch is streaming. I know that's terrible, you know what I mean, as far as trying to network out and whatnot, but I really just come in here to kind of to swing through and spend some time a little bit. I'd be doing the same thing if I didn't have access to Twitch, you know what I mean? I'd still be sitting here in this room commentating these matches to myself, I'm sure of it. Ken will tell you I'm a weirdo like that. But yeah, it's I will definitely drop over and see what's going on. Probably actually have some free time tomorrow. I might go ahead and do that tomorrow. But I would definitely get over and like I said, man, as long as we don't hurt each other's brands, I don't, you know what I mean? I got no problem with that. That's you know, protect what we got, brother. That's all I can say. But yeah, that's like I said, it's not out of the realm of possibility by any means. Whether I watch or not, to be honest with you. But yeah, definitely check that out and check in on that. The Hinkledimers doing their best here, which is usually pretty damn good. But they are having their issues with the Dogs of War here tonight. As Joe Jackal sets up in the corner, Omer missing with a boot. Chris Coyote, a little crisscross action here. Coyote over the top, missing. Jackal in the corner. I'm sorry, Jackal crashing out on the outside, and Coyote coming out of the corner. Another twist of fate. Omer T down for the count, and another kick out at 2. Off the desk and back into the ring. The former champs looking just like that. Look at this, Homer T. Surprise roll up. And a kick out at 2. Cletus, that twisting, almost tornado suplex, looking for a pinfall, may get it. Kick out at 2. Homer T slipping off the back and into a falling neck breaker. What a way to save his own ass. Set up for that high cross power bomb. Block. Ass cheeks to the elbow. And look at this. Coyote catching Cletus with a power bomb. Surprise, surprise. You're looking up at the skies, baby. But Omer following that up with a double arm underhook suplex. Taking out everybody. Cletus done lost his mind. Zigzag. The Hinkledimers. What is this? Helicopter spin cutter. Innovative, interesting, and highly overrated. As Omer T puts the boots down. The Hinkledimers trying to make this comeback, trying to recapture those titles. They were the most dominant team in Season 3 here. Now, through Season 3 of AoK, it has been the Hinkledimers with the tag titles. Up until these boys come through. And the Dogs of War, again, holding their own against the former champs. On the outside, into the barricade goes Omer. I'm sorry, that's Cletus. Damn, brother. Twins. I hate them. So many twins. There it is, cattle mutilation. Omer looking for the submission, center of the ring. He may get it. Joe Brony right there keeping an eye out. Cletus keeping Chris Coyote from rolling back in the ring, but Joe Jackal making the save, able to break free. A big suplex by Cletus. Omer sending Jackal into the ropes. Big hip toss. Rolls him over for the pin. Looking for the cover. This may do it. No, the tag titles in the balance. And the champs barely holding on. Little double team action. Blocks it. Reversal. Turns it into a clothesline. Cletus. Gloved right hand. Joe, Cletus, the only two members standing from either team. Omer doesn't count on the outside. Omer back inside. Coyote with the Hurricane Rana into a fist. We got a pinfall attempt one more time. World title on the line, and Omer still not ready to give in. Double team. Both of the dogs here. Dogs are like a pack of wolves ganging up on Omer in the corner. Spine buster by Cletus. Good golly goddamn, we got a pinfall attempt. Boy, if Coyote hadn't broken that up, we might have been looking at new tag champions. Hammerlock DDT, and we may still be looking at new tag champions. Ooh. Coyote with the lift of the arm. Walks right into another spine buster. The Hinkledimers looking to reclaim, but not yet. Cletus begging Coyote to get up. I believe Omer has busted Jackal open. Hard to see under that mask. But as his head bounced off our desk earlier. We got a pretty good close-up. And look at this, Cletus on the top rope. Missing with that diving knee. Joe Jackal incapacitated here at ringside. Coyote doesn't know Omer's in the ring. And he allows his partner to take that bomb. Omer allowed his partner to take that bomb. Double underhook. Fairy tale ending. Omer T. No count. Joe not sure. Joe Brody not even sure what's going on anymore. We got roll-ups everywhere. Chris Coyote just missing a pinfall attempt. This is heating up. These final moments of this matchup, and it's anybody's matchup here. In these final moments, Jackal over the top rope, crashing out on Cletus. And we haven't even talked War Games yet. Not really. These guys are taking it straight to him tonight. Off the desk again. Cletus in bad shape. Omer in worse. Face first off the desk. And Coyote inside the ring, just disrespectful slap after disrespectful slap. One more time. Sets him up for that high cross. Elmer slips down the back, and Cletus looking to make a comeback as well here on the outside. Over the top rope. Coyote steps back in. Is it enough? Irish whip. Sends Elmer into the ropes. Coyote drops down, meets him with a flying forearm. Drop kick, nobody home. And the Hinkledimers standing tall so far. The tag champs in trouble. In a whole lot of trouble. Cletus, 747 slam. Coyote fighting back, but numbers too much. This nice move. Jacko tried to pull off a backflip dropkick, but I didn't quite catch all of it. Super kick to the chin. He got all of that. Look at this. Jacko cleaning the house. World Tag Team Champion, proving why he's one half of that team. The Hinkledimers again. Cletus back to his feet. Both of the Dogs of War back in the game. Hinkledimers, all men back up. Crucifix by Elmer. These two teams, man, as I said, they've battled it out before, obviously, with as I said earlier, the Dogs of War taking their title off of the Hinkledimers. It's not like they don't know each other. Boy, oh boy, are they set up for a matchup here. World titles on the line, and these two teams, oh, what a miscommunication that was. Jackal, fairy tale ending one more time. Omer drilling that man's face into the ring. Super kick by Jackal. Pinfall attempt. Joe Brony. Look at this. Joe Brony more concerned about the submission than he was the count. And Cletus, for the third time in this matchup, has grabbed the bottom rope. Super kick by Jackal legitimately out of nowhere. And Omer just ate that boot. Follows it up with another drop kick. Leaping out, Hurricane Rana. Chris Coyote going out after Omer. Cletus back in the ring after Joe. Big backdrop, pinfall attempt. Tag team titles on the line and a 2 count. That'd suck to lose the titles to a backdrop. That's all I want to say. That's all I'm going to say. Lose it to a backdrop, that would suck. Super kick, cradle power bar, cradle suplex. And that may do it. The super kick, still not enough. Omer kicking out at 2. I can say that the Hinkledimers boys are a tough team. But let's face it, man. The Dogs of War have been in here just as long and taken just as much punishment. Another fairy tale ending. Omer just saved his brother from certain disaster, I'm sure. But Coyote, Omer with a dropkick, fires off. Pinfall attempt. Tag team titles on the line. That's it. The fighting Hinkledimers pick them back up. The gold back around the waist of Omer T and Cletus J. Let's take a look at some of these replays here. One of the multiple spine busters and one of the multiple high cross power bombs. But your winners. What a hell of a first match. We got a first match. We got the main event, half of next week's or Sunday night's main event. scheduled. IKB Ken Bouchard in the chat, dropping 10,000 channel points to challenge the winner of tonight's main event, Bud Marvelous versus Remington Singer, the World Heavyweight Championship. Which one of those two men will walk out tonight the champion and face the Iron Man Ken Bouchard on Sunday night to defend? We'll find that out a little later tonight. But right now, Zach the Ripper taking on the Intercontinental Champion, Nova. Interesting. And a non-title matchup. Let's head to ringside and get this one kicking off. Zach the Ripper versus Nova. Non-title matchup. As we get this one kicked out, we're going to kick around a little bit ideas of the War Games. The War Raiders and James Coleman have their fourth member. Chris Nightmare will join the War Raiders in the War Games, no matter who the opponents. The first team has been put together outside for the men's division. The women's division, let's head to ringside. I don't want to miss out on this. We're going to jump right into it here. As referee Lou Sass takes a tumble here as Zach the Ripper gets pushed into the referee, and we're going outside the ring. Nova pushed Zach the Ripper, who backed into Lou, and he is down for the count as these two behemoths go to war outside the ring. The referee wasn't down for very long. I can see that. Back inside we go. Nova trying to keep this match clear. Zach the Ripper with a clothesline that takes the man right tumbling back out. Nova down on all fours with a I was going to say a running headbutt, but that's not quite what that was. A crawling headbutt. Shades of the Junkyard Dog. Grab damn case. Drop kick by Nova. The Ripper on the outside here, having his issues with the Intercontinental Champion. Big clothesline drills him to the mat. And referee Lewis continues his count there as we get back inside the ring. Nova meets him up, Irish whip, turns him back around, lifting knee to the midsection, and the Ripper down under the boots of the Green Meanie. We've got a couple of six-man matches. Yeah, a couple of six-man teams here in AoK. Aha, Logan Hawk. How goes it, my friend? Welcome in, my brother. Welcome back to the neighborhood. Come in, grab a seat. I offer you a drink, my friend. Get cozy, man. We're going to be a minute. There's the second matchup of the night. Zach the Ripper and the Intercontinental Champion, the Green Meanie Nova, in a non-title matchup. Amaya Casey. All right, we got our first match set for the War Games. Empress has chosen Amaya. Pinfall attempt. We'll get back to the three-man. A kick out by the Ripper. That was awful close there. He was hanging in the corner. So Empress has chosen Amaya. Casey to win. And Alice Angel. Those women will face off against Lilith Morgan Quinn, Mama Logan, and Zoe Yuri. We got another pinfall attempt, and the meanie off the top rope. Look at this replay. Bring that back around. Let's look at this one more time. Zack the Ripper. You see that spinning power driver, that double axe handle. He may have just shortened Zack the Ripper by about 4 inches. He might have had a contusion on his neck. Been a blunt force trauma to the upper cerebral receptacle of the auricle knob. It's a possibility. Not much of a probability, but it's a possibility. Zack the Ripper taking the loss here as the Green Meanie, the newly crowned Intercontinental Champion, picks up another victory to keep that momentum going. Speaking of IKB, FCA Falls Count Anywhere, Cameron Sawyer looking for some little bit of revenge on the Iron Man after last episode. And Eric Coleman, well, you know, I will say this much about the AI picking matches. Every match we're watching here tonight, the only customization that I did to any of the matches tonight was I moved the Logan Hawk match, and I swapped it with the Bud Marvelous match. I figured the World Championship match should be for the title at the end. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, and I added a title to a match. The women's hardcore title was not originally up for grabs tonight, but we fixed that too. War Games. I'm going to bounce around here a little bit tonight because I'm pumped up about the War Games. We're going to head to ringside. We're going to talk about ringside at War Games as these guys come out here, as we make those entrances known with us here. But the first War Games match announced will be on the ladies division. And boy, oh boy, we're set for a hot night there. Now, I do know, well, like I said earlier, the War Raiders have recruited Chris Nightmare as their 4th member. I do know that Bud and Prestige have someone in mind for at least a 3rd. IKB has just introduced a tag team of the BMF. Punisher and the Hardcore Degenerates. Big HD.
Weighing in at 373 pounds, AoK.
So if they are looking to compete in the War Games, they will need to recruit. Unless they want to mercenary themselves out. Destruction Incorporated has brought in, and of course, Anthony Omega have been eyeballing someone as well. And this very well could be a catalyst for that very thing.
And born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 275 pounds, Eric the Hammer Coleman.
Eric Coleman, the Hammer. We haven't seen much of him. He doesn't make very many appearances. He is a little low. I hate to say low on the roster, but he's a little low on the roster. This man has won 1 match. I believe that was his debut match. I believe he has not won a match since. We really talked about this since we fired up here. We've been kind of bouncing back and forth about getting everything set for the War Games. But Cameron Sawyer here. Eric Coleman's ready, and IKB is ready. Of course, the Iron Man coming off a tough victory against Cameron Sawyer just last episode, and going right back to work on Sawyer. Look at this, avalanche in the corner, and Coleman with a sneak attack from behind. And going to work on IKB. Cameron, flying shoulder tackle. Again, Cameron may be one of the smaller looking athletes, but that boy is ripped. That man is put together. Snap suplex by IKB, well placed, but Cameron Sawyer, big right hand. And a pinfall attempt. Keep in mind, this is a false count anywhere. Coleman, released German suplex. Coleman taking IKB into the corner, but Cameron, look at this, sends Eric over the top rope to the outside. Second turnbuckle, getting some momentum. Bulldog from the second turnbuckle, and IKB, look at this, the Hammer rearranging furniture here tonight. This is false count anywhere. Not this man's a lunatic. Look at this creature. This is a big dummy. Cameron, nice armbar for the escape route. IKB up for the fireman's carry. Into the corner for a set of snake eyes. Into the ropes. Freight train coming through. Bonsai drop. You better hope he don't turn the tables on that. Speaking of turning the tables, had Joe Brony all confused. That was at least a 2.5 count instead of a 1. Eric out of the corner. And again Cameron with the flying shoulder. Big right hand. And IKB finishing out here with a DDT. Eric Coleman gets caught up, uses his momentum against him. Spinebuster, 2 count. The Iron Man wasting no time here with another Coleman. Flying shoulder tackle one more time. Bear hug applied, looking to win this one with a submission. Cameron Sawyer having a hissy fit outside. Dude, you got to get in there and break that up. You're not being helpful by telling him to put that man down. Get in there and break that man up. And again, that flying shoulder tackle. Cameron Sawyer, of course, coming from the University of Utah. Coming off that football background. Hence that flying shoulder tackle. Grew up in Chicago. Got a scholarship to Utah. Imagine that. Headlock DDT. This is the DDT. And a power driver right on top of that wooden baseball bat. He tried to kill that man, drop him right on top of the coconut, and try to get to the white meat. It might even be showing. Look at this. Psycho cutter. Pinfall attempt. IKB, surprised, may just let it happen. The Iron Man sitting back waiting to see. Saving his energy. Saving his energy for this Bouchard bomb. Hoping for Eric to stay down long enough for the 3 count. Oh, this was an elimination match. I'm so sorry. I did not know that. I did not know that triple threat elimination match falls count anywhere. Good golly goddamn. IKB and Eric Coleman left in the ring. This is what you get for letting the AI swing around there. And the Hammer with multiple shots with that Louisville Slugger. But the Iron Man taking those spots, taking those shots and dropping him on his noggin here. into the ropes. And Eric just kind of, oh, what a shot to the face. IKB trying to get back up, pushes him off, back to the bear hug. Again, looking for the submission. And the Hammer has a gash just above his right eye there. Joe Brony says the matchup continues, that he's not quite out yet, and a big clothesline takes the man down. Climbing to the top rope, to the outside, beautiful reversal, IKB. Catching that man midair and turning it into a power slam. The reversal caught up, pushed off. And the IKB has come to settle some issues that he's been having by the looks of it. This man came back after Halloween Havoc with a new crew and a new attitude. Picking up a victory. This is his second victory over Cameron Sawyer. This Falls Count Anywhere elimination tag match, or elimination triple threat match, and we got a pinfall attempt. Joe Brony way out of position there, causing the hesitant count. The Hammer dropping a big bomb to the stomach of Bouchard. One to the chest. IKB firing back. A couple of shots to the midsection, a clubbing blow to the back of the neck. Right into Joe Brony. And again with the, look at this, again with the bear hug. Talk about a strategy, sticking to it the whole way through. Eric holding on, but again, not giving up as IKB tries to just stretch the life out of this man. Or squeeze the life out of him, whatever he was doing to him. It was not pleasant. There's a series of right hands, follows it up with a boot and a falling neck breaker. Taking it back inside, IKB looking for some more artillery by the looks of it. Coming back with some diamond-plated steps. Eric back to his feet, still standing after that right hand. But that neck breaker changes his mind, puts him back down to the mat. And again, Ken to the outside. What has he done? Another set of steps. I should have left him alone and have him balanced precariously there on the edge of the ring. And Coleman, again with that chest blow, that thunderous slap, and again a pinfall attempt. IKB kicking out at 2. And Coleman just slamming Ken directly into those steps. Back outside we go. What's he got in mind here? Carries his man around. Snake eyes on the ring apron. IKB playing a little cat and mouse here, and Coleman, Eric Coleman not falling for it. Attacked from behind, but catches it. Reversed again. Big headbutt. Eric Coleman barely holding himself up here. Another shot to the noggin. The baseball bat bouncing off that rope. That may have saved Eric Coleman. The Hammer sends his man into the ropes, but doesn't follow up. Into the corner goes IKB. This can't be good. This can't be good. The Hammer, second turnbuckle, way up and way down. IKB pulls the knees up. Throwaway slam. Eric with the reversal. Lands on his feet, belly to belly. Down he goes. Man, this series between these two. Eric Coleman putting up a hell of a fight against the Iron Man, but it could be game over. Bouchard bomb may be enough. Look at this. This man didn't even look at this. The Hammer crawled right to the corner. This guy's almost unstoppable. Hook of the leg pulls him away from the ropes. A Bouchard bomb and two solid shots to the forehead to take Eric the Hammer out of the matchup. Here we see some of the replays from earlier on. Cameron Sawyer, of course, eliminated earlier in the matchup with that Bouchard bomb. And IKB coming in looking tough. Back-to-back victories, back-to-back. Not sure what the Hammer is doing there. Not real sure what the Hammer is doing there. Coming up next, some ladies action. The Banshee, Isabella, taking on Callie Ferguson. Let's see what kind of ridiculousness this brings us. Return the disrespect or mutual respect. Coming out in Isabella's favor. Let's see what kind of cut scenes we get between this cross section. Callie Ferguson, Little Miss Sunshine, taking on that cold bitch, the Banshee, Isabella. Got a fatal four-way coming up next. Angus Gordon, Cowboy Chris Andrews, James Coleman, and Gavin Wilson in a fatal four-way Extreme Rules match, non-title as it stands. Coleman not risking, in his words, not risking his title for free. Coming up next, here we go, Isabella, Callie Ferguson. This one in progress here. Ferguson offering her hand up. Oh, and Isabella laying it out with a big old bitch slap. Lou got to separate him before he starts the matchup. And here we go, Callie with a retaliation of her own, but these two back and forth begins already. Callie coming out on the upper hand of that. Locks her opponent in between the ropes. Good golly. She's trying to take that lady's head off. Wits about her, rolls her up. Only a two. This is moving on here. Another big clothesline by Isabella. And a right hand to settle it out. Coming up a little bit later this evening, go over the rest of the matches here. We talked about that fatal four-way, the Headhunter. Goes one-on-one with the King of Old School, Prestige. Logan Hawk and Trevor Rodriguez here tonight. We'll see what capacity that brings. Empress Sparrow challenges Morgan Quinn for the Women's Hardcore Championship. And of course, as we spoke earlier, Extreme Rules matchup. Bud Marvelous versus Remington Steele for the AoK World Heavyweight Championship. That all later on tonight as Callie Ferguson settles this one down center of the ring, 1 count only. Spinning sidewalk slam almost came into her favor. X Factor into corner, and this Sunshine staying on top of the game here. Rope break, looking for that octopus style stretch. Trying to pull it into a submission hold, but off we go. Ferguson, DDT. But Isabella back to her feet, sidestepping that knee. Luchador style arm drag off of the springboard, hooks the far leg, but no go. Only the one, loose sass. Right there to keep this matchup in order for us tonight. Isabella in the corner, Ferguson back to her feet. Showboating leads to a kick to the... Caught her right in both feet, right in the implants. Down she goes as Callie Ferguson turns the heat up here a little bit in this matchup. Working over the arm, twisting arm bar, takes her down hard with that one, but Isabella right back up with a big block and a right hand of her own. Swinging neck breaker. And the Banshee with an inverted curb stomp to the chest. Ferguson pulling herself up by the ropes just in time to get beat back down by her opponent. Block, gets a foot up. Ferguson drop kick, low basement drop kick, catching her opponent right in the cheek. Slides under. She's won titles with this maneuver. Slides under into this Boston Crab. Will she get a submission out of the Banshee? And do we want to hear the Banshee scream? Reverse, able to break out of that nice running clothesline, but she turns her attention to the crowd. And Ferguson not able to follow up. Had a good opportunity there. A little slow on the reaction. Another clothesline, or another snake eyes, and another pinfall attempt. And Callie Ferguson picking it up. She might have knocked Isabella clean the F out, man. Isabella. Take a look at this this replay. Did she catch? Maybe she might have caught a one of the cables there that held the turnbuckle up. She went down like a sack of potatoes. Miss Sunshine picking up the victory as we get ready to head in for some fatal four-way action. That's right, former television champion Angus Gordon, or U.S. champion Angus Gordon, takes on Cowboy Chris Andrews, James Coleman, and Gavin Wilson in a fatal four-way Extreme Rules matchup. Non-title matchup here for the television title. Of course, Coleman being the television champ. There's Coleman teaming up with Big Bad Adam Boone and Connor Riley. Collectively known as the War Raiders, have recruited Chris Nightmare as the fourth member of their Survivor Series War Games team. Now, that is the only full men's team that has been put together. But on the ladies' side, not only do we have two teams, we got ourselves a matchup with a witch, Lilith, will team with Morgan Quinn, Mama Logan, and Zoe Yuri to take on Empress Sparrow as she teams with Amaya, Casey Gwen, and Alice Angel. Quite a few matchups to be announced as well as the teams as they come through. But it is set to be one wild night come the Survivor Series War Games, as 2 teams of 4 enter a double ring surrounded by a steel cage, and the United States champion has just entered the arena.
Fatal 4-way Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from
On Sihanouk,
weighing in at
Lord Angus Gordon.
320 pounds, the United States champion, Angus Tenacious Gordon.
Speaking of titles, we had a title change here tonight as the Dogs of War fell victim to the Fightin' Hinkledimers, where they have started another reign as the tag team champions. These two brothers. This will be their 3rd title reign here in season 3. And I believe they may have come into season 3 as the tag team champions. Fatal 4-way. The first combatant has made his way down in the form of the United States champion. Of course, his title not on the line here this evening. He has successfully defended that championship against the likes of that Chris Chaos. Look at this, Chris Andrews, Cowboy Chris.
Weighing in at 195 pounds, Cowboy Chris Andrews.
This is not supposed to be his entrance. This man still think he a free bird. This man still think he a free bird. So we're going to notate that here on the fix the cowboy. Fix the cowboy. There we go. Let's fix that up. And your television champion. His title also not on the line here tonight.
Pennsylvania, weighing in at 225 pounds, the World Television Champion, the unpredictable James Coleman.
World champ. Not only the World Television Champion, but AoK's first Grand Slam champion. Solo. All the singles titles that are available, this man has carried at some point in his career. From the hardcore, the television, the Intercontinental, the US, the world title. The only titles that man has not snagged up yet was the tag titles. And this man here, Gavin Wilson.
The Chop Squad from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds.
This man has come through a lot to be here tonight.
Wilson.
The standout star of the Squash Squad. looking to grab a name for himself here. In there with a couple of former champions all around. Cowboy Chris, of course, the former U.S. champion. Teaming up, Coleman on your left, going nose to nose with Angus Gordon. Cowboy Chris with a big curtain call there on Gavin. Wraps the arm, boot to the face. Missing knee by the Cowboy, and Coleman to the outside, almost always the first one out for a weapon. What's he got? What did he come back in with? What's he got? Man got a sledgehammer. Wilson cutting that idea short. As Gordon puts a couple boots to the Cowboy, pulls back Gavin, shoulder tackle, and Coleman back to the outside. Cowboy Chris getting back to his feet. Coleman coming up with a ladder. Up to the shoulders. Look at this. Taking a cheap shot at the back of Gordon's knee. Inadvertently saving Coleman. Extreme. Look at this. Coleman using the ladder to apply this submission hold. Trying to break the arm of Gavin Wilson. Cowboy Chris, a big gut buster, but Gordon caught up here by the Cowboy. Gavin Wilson from behind. Sledgehammer by... There's so much action going on. Gavin Wilson with the sledgehammer. Nope, face first he goes. Extreme Rules Fatal 4-Way. One of these men going to walk out of here. The rest of them probably not. Probably going to have to be carried out as Gavin Wilson out here getting his swool on. Coleman needing to catch a break over here in the far side of the ring. Looking to catch a breather. Gavin Wilson just tosses that man across the ring, and Gordon again with James Coleman wrapped up on the ropes. Turns his attention to Gavin. Irish whip sends him into the ropes. Back elbow. Coleman's still a little dazed here. Turns his attention over to Chris Andrews. Hits the Bulldog. Gordon. Big release German suplex. Got a pinfall attempt. Fall away cutter by Coleman. Pinfall attempt broken up by Gordon. Double underhook. Drives him down with that DDT. And Gavin Wilson definitely looking for safer territory. Coleman ducking underneath that clothesline set up by Angus Gordon. Turns his attention back to Cowboy Chris. Lines him up from behind. Knee to the face. Discus clothesline takes the Cowboy down, and Angus Gordon saves himself from a still chair attack. A little stuttery in here tonight. Coleman with a big boot in the corner. Wilson and Angus on the outside. Pinfall attempt. And James Coleman picking up the victory off of that hell of a kick in the corner. Let's see if we can get another look at that. That DDT almost finished the match up there. There's that boot. Driving the jaw sideways of Cowboy Chris. And Coleman picks up the victory, the television champion. Making this a quick matchup. 4 more matches to go, kids. We just cleared the 1 hour, 5-minute mark. Good time to remind you guys, we're also over on the YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe down there below. And if you would like to join the ranks of AoK, you can upload your created wrestler to the community creations. using the hashtag AoK. Your wrestler will be uploaded and added onto the roster. And almost always ends up on the next showing, which arrives every Sunday night at 7 and every Wednesday night at 9. Because remember, when you're watching AoK Championship Wrestling, you're not watching just great wrestling or just AoK. We get ready to head to ringside. Headhunter versus Prestige, with the Witch Lilith at ringside. Here we go. Let's get this thing started. Lights go out. Freaky music starts. Captain Googly Eyes appears before your very eyes.
Making his way to the ring from Fiji, weighing in at 300 pounds, Headhunter.
Captain Googly Eyes, I'm sorry, the Headhunter. Polynesian Nightmare. The fearsome Fijian. One-on-one matchup here with, like I said, with a one-on-one with Prestige with Lilith at ringside is not really, that's not really one-on-one. Let's face it, it's not really one-on-one. The Headhunter ready to go as the two members of the Dangerous Alliance here.
Lilith, representing the Dangerous Alliance from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 228 pounds, the King of Old School.
Prestige and Lilith. As I said earlier, they heard Bud and Prestige. Heard Bud Marvelous and Prestige, and Lilith, of course, overheard a discussion on some prospects as their teammates for the War Games. We'll see if any of that comes to fruition for them. But right now, Prestige taking the big man off his feet with that clothesline. Helps him back up, sends his opponent, and no, brings him back around, pulls him back for a clothesline. Prestige staying ahead of this big man. Irish whip sends him into the ropes. Deep six and a cover. Not enough to keep the Beast Man down, but good golly, was that a solid shot or what? The Headhunter back to his feet again. Manhandling the King of Old School. With a quick nicks back to his feet, single leg drop kick, Prestige back in control. As he fires off a series of rights and lefts and a Hangman's DDT. But the Headhunter fighting back, shoves Prestige aside. Catches him up. Big right hand, follows it up with a big knee to the face. Dropping a solid elbow in the chest, but Prestige. Collar and elbow tie-up sends the Headhunter to the outside, and look at this, not following him out right away may have been detrimental, as Prestige finds himself in a bear hug. Joe Brony's starting his count. Drop kick. Another big clothesline. And another single leg drop kick. Joe's count, it sounds like he's about up to 6 or 7 here. Prestige, usually a little wiser than that. Ah, look at this, coming back in. There's Joe. Hits number 8. Prestige trying to get the Fijian a little wound up. Prestidigitation. Pinfall attempt, hooks the leg. And Prestige can't believe it, is the headhunter lifts the left shoulder off the match, and Prestige right back to work on the shoulders. Drapes the arm. Has him up, looking for us to reverse it. Look at this, the headhunter with a bulldog. And one more time, takes him up. End of the trail, that could do it. Prestige looking up at the lights. Joe Brony. There's 2, and Prestige kicks out at 2. Not a good spot to be in. Knee to the midsection. Falcon arrow, and another pinfall attempt. Look at this. Lilith, what did I say earlier? It's not one-on-one when it's Lilith and Prestige out here. Look at this. Keeping Joe occupied. And Prestige, giving Prestige time to kick out at 2. Occupying Joe Brony up. Man, what a spine buster. And Prestige rolling out of the ring. And Lilith, look at this. Lilith, right in the face. Getting right in the face of the headhunter. I'm not sure what Prestige has in mind here. Circling around the ring. The headhunter follows him out. Suckered him right in is what he did. Gourd buster inverted on the concrete. And a knee to the face. Back inside we go. And that may indeed be BS, but you know full well. Prestige, momentum used against him. Trick up the headhunter. Collar and elbow tie up. Prestige sent to the ropes. No, pulled back in for a big heel of a stinky foot. Right in the nose. Prestige up for a power bomb. Fights himself loose. Man, what a clothesline. Prestige, bang, got him in his sights. Lilith, keep an eye on her. She has yet to get involved physically in this matchup. But she has definitely been instrumental in the outcome of this matchup thus far. Back inside we go. She is definitely pumped. See her man in the, what is he doing? Prestige challenging Joe to continue to count. Why would you stand there and argue with the referee while he's counting you outside the ring? Prestige shooting off a couple of elbows just as quick as he shoots off his mouth. Helps his man up, kick to the midsection. Looking for another rotation. Prestidigitation one more time. Is 2 enough to keep down the headhunter? And Prestige coming out on top. No sweat. A little bit of help from the outside area. A headhunter. Fallen victim here to fallen victory to the numbers, the Dangerous Alliance, Prestige, and Lilith. Let alone throw Bud Marvelous in the mix.
Here is your winner.
Is she out here celebrating like she did something? I mean, she did do most of the work in this one. Look at it. You quit it, you Jesus. Alright. Get those 2 out of here. Logan Hawk coming up next. see what goes on here against Trevor the Raw Man. 50-50, going to be a volatile partnership. Accept it up. Coming out in Logan Hawk's favor. Let's see what that's all about. Logan Hawk taking on Anthony Omega, with Trevor Rodriguez at ringside, his tag partner. Anthony Omega making his debut here tonight. Well, yeah, singles action here to debut on Wednesday night. He debuted, of course, Sunday night alongside the Destruction Incorporated, the returning Destruction Inc. Well, I mean, they are a tag team. Logan Hawk and Trevor Rodriguez are a tag team. Makes sense for him to be the manager, to come down with his partner in a manager situation. Let's head to ringside. Let's see how it goes. The Authority, the Bounty Hunters.
The following is scheduled for one fall.
The Real Deal, Logan Hawk on your right, and the Lawman, Trevor Rodriguez.
355 pounds. The Real Deal, Logan Hall.
Logan Hawk, there was a ban on the motorcycle fumes, the exhaust from the motorcycle in the arena here this evening. So there's that. But Logan Hawk, one-on-one tonight against Anthony Omega, with Trevor Rodriguez in his corner. Of course, Anthony Omega coming in as part of Destruction Incorporated. Everybody getting involved. Quiet chat tonight. Logan don't like it. Logan don't like it. Anthony Omega, this is his first appearance without his tag partners, the Iceman and Psychosis. He's ready to showcase. He is thus far undefeated. Is Anthony Omega 2-0 here in his two matches, taking on a big man here tonight, one of the biggest in AoK. Logan Hawk, the longest reigning, holding the record for the longest reign of a heavyweight champion. 111 solid days. Here we go, one-on-one, Logan Hawk, Anthony Omega. And Omega learning quickly that you can't go strength for strength with Logan Hawk. You're going to lose every single time, just like that. Powerbomb. And Hawk, one more time from a gut wrench. But this, Anthony over the back. But again, Logan Hawk, too big, too strong. Sends him into the ropes. Sidestep, runs him right down. That's the only way to do it with Logan Hawk, hit and run. You can't go side to side, but Logan Hawk runs him down with another flying tackle. Knife edge chops. These things are like frying pans coming at you. Anthony, again, using his wiles about him. Got to be quick. Got to be quick, and don't let that big man get a hold of you. Look at this, going to the top rope, and what I say about that big man getting a hold of you. Down he goes. That's way far. And Logan Hawk reminding him that he's just a little man in the ring. Way up and even further down for the guillotine. Logan Hawk looking to break this man's tibia. Logan Hawk, what are you doing? Top rope. Long way down to the outside. Big double axe handle crushes the skull of Anthony Omega. And look at this, Trevor. Coming in close just in case the real deal needed a hand. I don't think that's the case at the moment. Logan Hawk drills the back of the head with that knee. Back inside the ring, Logan Hawk looking to keep it legal. You are super late. You are super late. Shame on you. Look at this. Into the corner one more time. Avalanche. Logan Hawk looking for a victory here. 2 count. Anthony Omega kicking out tough. Coming out strong with that. Logan Hawk over the top. What is he doing? One more time to the top. Samoan splash. Good God, he may have just killed that guy. Nobody's getting up from that. Nobody gets up from that. Logan Hawk. Logan Hawk taking the celebration here. You OTM, you so late. We're on the first half of the main event. We're on that's the first half of the main event. Empress Sparrow challenging Morgan Quinn for the AoK Women's Hardcore title. So, since you were late, man, let me get you caught up to speed at the very least on the War Games announcements. As you're well aware, the War Raiders, Big Bad Adam Boone and Connor Riley, along with James Coleman, have recruited Chris Nightmare for their four-man team, regardless of what matchup they end up in. We know that Lilith, the Witch Lilith, Morgan Quinn, Mama Logan, and Zoe Yuri were the first team announced, and that their matchup would be against Empress Sparrow and whichever 3 wrestlers she decided upon. Empress Sparrow has made the announcement she will team with the Anomaly Amaya, Casey Gwen, and Alice Angel. The 4 of them will face off against the aforementioned team. And we get to see a little one-on-one on this. As the captain of Team Empress faces off against Morgan Quinn. Hardcore Championship on the line here tonight. Of course, Empress Sparrow, no stranger to championship gold. She has been the World Heavyweight Champion in the women's division, as well as 2-time Women's Hardcore Champion. And I will say, out of all the belts, we've said it 1,000 times about the women putting on going twice as hard as the men. The Women's Hardcore title has changed hands more than any other title in AoK. And it really is just a tie for the least. The title that has changed hands the least is actually a tie for the tag team titles in both the men's and the women's division. women's hardcore champion, Morgan Quinn. That's a big... Empress is the beast of the women's division. She is legitimately the general of the women's locker room. Without Empress Sparrow, there would almost be no women's division, per se. There would be no room for. There'd be no need for multiple titles. There would only be a women's heavyweight champion. There would not be enough women to run the divisions that we run, or have the diversity of girls and athletes in our ladies division. We can't honestly thank Empress enough for what she gave us. Hence, why she was given the first dibs. She was given the first. We were able to do our first all-women's premium live event. Our first all-ladies pay-per-view. The Queen's Crown. And of course, as another big thank you, we also gave her first dibs on her matchup, as she could choose her entirety of a team. As Wayne Kerr is making the announcements here, that's the belt on the line, the Women's Hardcore Championship. Referee Jenna Taylor here to officiate her first matchup tonight. We haven't seen her this evening. One-on-one hardcore, here we go. Morgan Quinn, the challenger. Empress, ring the bell. Let's get this thing started. This is a brawler versus technician if we ever saw one. Empress out of the mean streets of Philadelphia. Morgan Quinn with a big springboard, looking to take it home quick. 2 count, catch an eye. Caught Empress by surprise there. Swing and a miss. Boot to the face. And the Empress in control of the matchup thus far. DDT dropping the hardcore champion. And a bare knuckle sandwich. Follows it up with seconds. And Morgan right to the outside. Looking to separate. Looking for some separation. But all she got separated was her teeth from her mouth there with that shot to the jaw. As Empress calling the shots here on the outside. Morgan Quinn a little dazed. And again, Empress turning this into a Pier 6 out here. Extreme rules, I don't think apply. I believe this is a normal one-on-one wrestling matchup. That these girls have decided that may be the case, but we will fight very, very closely inside those lines of what is legal and what is not legal. As the Empress brings it back in before the count of 10. And the yes kicks. Multiple kicks to the chest and one more to the face. Pinfall attempt. 2 count. Only 2 as Morgan Quinn, the Wild Thing, pulls herself across the ring here. Empress eats an elbow there as Morgan fires back out of the corner. Canadian Destroyer didn't go for the pinfall after that. That's a bit of an uncommon situation there. That that modified figure four, and Morgan hits the ropes, follows it up with a leg drop one more time, off the ropes, and one more time with another leg drop. The hardcore champion trying to get the crowd behind her. A whole lot of showboating. You know what it leads to. Double underhook power bomb. Close enough to an ass whooping. 2 count. Another 2 as Morgan Quinn barely gets the shoulder off the mat. Empress stalking in, but Morgan fires back. Block. Empress again. Back to those shots to the ribs. One more time. Morgan Quinn solid into the turnbuckle. Shoulder tackle, moves aside, drop kick. And Quinn hits the ropes again. Empress rolling out of the way, back to her feet, runs over her opponent with a clothesline, but follows her out right. What a punch. Wow. Morgan Quinn caught Empress right in the jaw. And it may have caused Morgan to get herself a broken leg here. Able to reverse that, roll it over, put a little bit of pressure back on Empress. We go back inside the ring. Empress with a right hand of her own. Into the ropes goes Morgan. Hip toss puts her down to the mat, and Empress daring her to stand back up. No response from Morgan. She kick her to make sure she was all right. Kick her one more time, make sure she's not all right. And Empress climbing to the top rope. Samoan splash, nobody home. Morgan suckered her right in, feasting on that boot. As Morgan Quinn brings this matchup back to life after that misstep by Empress Sparrow. Big clothesline. Follows it up with another. Single leg dropkick takes Empress off her feet one more time. But the Wild Thing steps under with a cross arm. Reversed. Empress cuts it all short with a right hand. Super kick to the midsection. And a pump handle STO. Pinfall attempt. That's all she wrote. We got a brand new hardcore champion in the ladies' fields. Empress Sparrow. Here we see that series of yes kicks. Led to that double underhook powerbomb, but that pump handle STO right there was all she wrote, enough to pick up the victory and crown ourselves a new hardcore champion for the 3rd time. Empress Sparrow. She takes her victory lap. And we get ready to announce the main event here tonight. And of course, OTM and even Logan Hawk, I believe you both missed out on this information. Ken Bouchard has cashed in 10,000 channel points. And IKB has challenged the winner of this matchup for a main event title defense on Sunday night. Bud Marvelous challenges Remy Singer. Both these men have something to look forward to after this match. Bud Marvelous will need to focus on Remy for this match. Though knowing your next opponent comes in handy at times, I don't know how useful it will be knowing that it's IKB and that he is very seldom seen in the last few episodes without the entourage of Big HD and the Punisher. Right now we are about to hit the ringside area, and Wayne Kerr is about to start making some mention of introductions. Let's hand it over to him for just a few moments.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
You heard the man, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, the challenger, the marvelous one, Bud Marvelous. There's Bud Marvelous and Prestige, as I said earlier, on the lookout for prospects for their to round out their four-man team. I'm not sure how that's going to play out for these two. They fought with everybody in the damn roster. They don't get along with anybody. I'm not even sure how they get along with each other, let alone themselves. How their fat heads fit in the car to travel together. Bud Marvelous making the challenge here, and Cousin Remy's saying, okie doke, let's get it on. World title on the line here tonight for your main event of AoK Championship Wrestling Wednesday night fights. And the Marvelous One's set to go. And as we just mentioned, his opponent, these two know each other probably better than just about anybody. As Remington Steele makes his way down here, belt in hand. All the glory and all the gold rest right there in that hand as the world title up for grabs in this Extreme Rules matchup. Remy Singer picking up another, as being another title reign for that man. I believe he has not held the title. This is his first title reign in season 3. I believe he has been a multi-time heavyweight champion.
237 pounds, Buddy Marvelous.
Wayne Kerr finishing out those introductions.
Weighing in at 214 pounds, he is
We're going to take a quick break here from the mic. I'll be right back.
Champion Steel.
Here we go. Bud Marvelous getting a good look at that title. Not that he doesn't know what it looks like. The most dominant wrestler here in AoK this season, Bud Marvelous. Damn near breaking the record of Logan Hawk as the World Heavyweight Champion on a single run. Look at this. Bud caught up in that T-bone suplex. And Remy staying right on top of his opponent, driving that elbow right into the under the bicep. Amateur takedown, waistlock takedown, and a couple of straight shots to the skull, right back into it. Marvelous. Be becoming the aggressor in this matchup. Springboard caught him with that enziguri. Or it caught him right, and looked like it caught him right on the nose. Remy gets himself hung up on the ropes here with a guillotine, and the Marvelous One is still staying on top. Back elbow, we fight it out on the outside. Extreme Rules in effect for this one-on-one matchup. World title on the line, and Marvelous beaten to the floor out here mercilessly by his opponent as the champion stands tall over the challenger in the early stages. Back inside we go. Marvelous looking to finish this up, perhaps. Nah, just looking to, look at this. A little cat and mouse, maybe. Marvelous hits the ropes. One more time, and Remy coming out with a ladder right into the ladder. Stupid. 2 O's, but Marvelous, look at this. Suplex down on the ladder. Kip up, almost tripped himself. Hurricane Rana DDT, or Tornado DDT, I'm sorry. Tornado DDT on the concrete, but Remy with a fisherman's hook on the outside. Running drop kick, and these guys going right at it here. Main event, this is what it's all about, the world title. Turned that man inside out and completely upside down on that clothesline. Remy in control of the matchup, just beating the absolute hell out of the challenger. Got a steel chair, hesitated. Marvelous, no hesitation. No hesitation with that. Remy, again, maybe thinking better of it, but over the top rope. Holy Jesus, again, Remy with a threat, Bud taking him straight to task with it. And again, Remy back with the chair. And again, unable to use it against the Marvelous One. Nice reversal there. Little ground and pound turnaround. Remy looking for the choke slam, slams him solid. Here we go, pinfall attempt, world title on the line. And Remy picking up the victory. And heading into Sunday night's matches knowing that he will face the Iron Man, Ken Bouchard, for the World Heavyweight Championship. Remy Singer making short work of Bud Marvelous here. Pushing the referee, Remy. Getting a bit of a big head of himself there with that title shot. But that is done with the wrestling portion of this show. So you know what we got to do. We got to take a look at the numbers, take a look at the data. First things first. Let's take a look at the news. Everybody all right? October 4th, Remy cleared to wrestle and did well. Cletus J. Hinkledeimer suffering an injury here tonight against the Dogs of War. New hardcore champion. Got to keep an eye on that. We just said it. New hardcore champ, or the new tag team champions. Omer T and Cletus J. Fighting Hinkledeimers, recapturing for the 3rd time the tag team titles. Nova attacking Zach the Ripper there at the beginning stage of the match, knocking the referee down, but still able to pick up the victory over Zach the Ripper. Little disrespect from Callie Ferguson, offered a hand and then pulled it away. Isabella responded with that big slap to the face. But again, Callie Ferguson coming out the victor in that matchup. And of course, the last bit of news, Empress Sparrow your brand new women's AoK hardcore champion. For curiosity, we already know. We already know. Before we do that, let's look at something. I want to see something right quick. I want to take a look at these power rankings. I want to do something with this. Prestige sitting at the top spot. Morgan Quinn, number 2. Omer in 3. The Iceman and Psychosis finishing 4 and 5. Josh Blackwell at 6. Bud Marvelous in the 7th. Josh's brother Nick Blackwell at the 8th spot. Cletus J's sitting at number 9. And Casey Gwynn at top 10. We're going to stop there because we're going to go to the next week. We're going to go to the next show, which will be on the next week. And we want to take a look at the power rankings there. Now that we've taken a quick look at them, let's see what it might be if we look at that roster and these power rankings 1 weekend ahead. Now Nova sits at the top spot with Cletus Hinkle-Dimer, Prestige at 3. 4 and 5 still sitting in Iceman and Psychosis. Amaya at number 6. Omer T, James Coleman, and Bud Marvelous. Empress Sparrow sitting in number 10. We're not even going to go higher than the top 10 because we want to see what this has to offer. What does the AI say we should do for these matchups? Let's take a peek. Piper Ramirez versus Jordy. Possibility. Connor Riley versus the Coyote Kid. We'll talk about that. There's a good possibility of that, but we'll talk about it. Blaze and Chris Chaos. Blaze looking to come back for that Cruiserweight Championship. Chaos eager to defend, and Chris Nightmare looking for the U.S. title. Lilith and Quindle teaming up against Casey Gwynn and Paige for the women's hardcore or the women's tag team titles. Perhaps. We'll see. Tank versus Ted Rockpage for the hardcore title. Sounds like a good time. And look at this. 7th matchup of the night. Adam Boone taking on Adam Boone and James Coleman. What do you say to that, OTM? Do you want to trade that back to you want to swap Connor Riley and James Coleman for those matches, or do you want to leave Boone and Coleman together? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I kind of like this idea, though. Number 8, Empress. Looking to make herself a two-time champion. Looking to grab the women's title right after grabbing the hardcore title. I say we let it ride and see what happens. And, of course, Remy versus Nova. We'll have to swap that out because Remy will be defending his heavyweight title against IKB. We'll look into that as the time goes forward, but that, my friends, is just about all the time that I have here for the AoKs. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all the love and support, all the help in getting this thing moving forward. And of course, as always, just seeing you guys on a daily, for those that I see daily. The War Games will be discussed extensively until we get this thing all together and find out who will team with who. And which ones should face off together. So until I see you all again Sunday night, be at peace and have a good night.